I do 70% of wealthy families lose everything by the third generation, but one family has kept their fortune alive for over 250 years, across 7 generations and counting. Generation 1 earns it, Generation 2 enjoys it, Generation 3 destroys it. That's the pattern we see everywhere. Lottery winners, celebrities, CEOs, entrepreneurs, rich today, forgotten tomorrow. Money doesn't disappear because of taxes or bad luck. It disappears because of behavior. But one family figured out how to break that curse. The Rothschilds didn't just get rich, they stayed rich. And the psychological secrets behind how they've done it are powerful, shocking, and, if you understand them, life-changing. To understand this family, you need to understand this rule. Most people pass down money. The Rothschilds passed down a system. While regular families fight over inheritance, they built a dynasty. Their children weren't raised to be consumers. They were raised to be custodians. Kids in that family didn't grow up thinking money was something to spend. They grew up believing money was something to grow, protect, and multiply. From childhood, they learned the language of finance, banking, gold, negotiation, diplomacy, investing. Not because they were privileged, but because they were expected to contribute. Most wealthy parents spoil their kids. The Rothschilds trained theirs. And that one shift changed everything. While the average person puts money in a bank waiting for interest, they built networks. Banks, real estate, businesses, art, bonds, gold, wine, property. They knew one simple truth. Money that sits dies. Money that moves grows. Their wealth didn't depend on one job, one market, one city, or even one country. If one economy fell, they survived somewhere else. If one currency collapsed, they had 5 more. They weren't playing checkers. They were playing global chess. And everywhere they moved, they built relationships, politicians, bankers, businesses, royalty, leaders. Not just connections, alliances. They understood that wealth isn't about what you know or who you know. It's about who knows you. Their network became bigger than money. In fact, the network became the money. And here's something most people ignore. They didn't believe in luck. They believed in structure. While the average family stores money in a bank account with their kid's name on it, the Rothschilds built trusts, foundations, and family banks. Their children could access wealth, but they couldn't waste it. They could use it to build, but not destroy. Even if one person failed, the family system protected the fortune. They removed emotion from wealth. No child got to blow millions on a bad decision. No divorce could destroy the family fortune. No single person could ruin it for everyone. They built a machine that was bigger than any individual. But the most powerful piece? They talked about money, not in secret, not after someone died, not only when there was a problem. They met regularly to discuss business, investments, assets, responsibilities, and future plans. Every generation knew what the mission was. Every child understood their role. Every member knew they were part of something bigger than themselves. Most families wait until it's too late. The Rothschilds planned before anything could go wrong. People think their power is luck. But luck doesn't survive 250 years. Systems do. Discipline does. Education does. Purpose does. And there's a topic most people are scared to discuss: marriage. They didn't marry for looks, drama, or social media fantasy. They married partners who shared their vision, their discipline, and their mindset. Not to keep money in the family, but to keep strength in the family. A partner can build you or bankrupt you. Most fortunes vanish through divorce, overspending, or irresponsible partners. They made sure their bloodline connected with people who understood wealth, responsibility, and strategy. If you want your family line to change forever, stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a builder. Stop spending everything you make. Invest in assets. Buy property, not just products. Teach your kids how money works. Don't hide finances from the family, educate the family. Protect your money legally. Create wills, trusts, documents, agreements. Stop waiting until there's a crisis. Prepare before the crisis. Create a system, even if it's small. Pass down knowledge, not just cash. If you leave your children money, but don't teach them how to handle it, you didn't leave them wealth. You left them a countdown. Wealth disappears when there is no wisdom. Knowledge is what keeps money alive. Most people want to make life easier for their kids, but easy creates weakness. Challenge creates strength. Responsibility creates discipline. And discipline creates legacy. The truth is, the Rothschilds don't have a secret that you can't access. They applied rules that anyone can learn: educate the next generation, diversify income, protect money legally, create a system, think long-term, marry partners with shared values, talk about money, and treat wealth like a mission, not a toy. And here's the emotional core of all of this. Some families pass down trauma. Some pass down addiction. Some pass down debt. But someone in every bloodline eventually becomes the one who breaks the cycle. Someone becomes the first millionaire. Someone becomes the one who refuses to let their children start at zero. Someone becomes the first to learn, the first to invest, the first to teach, the first to build. Every empire started with one person who said, "It ends with me. It begins with me." You can be the first. You can be the generational shift. You don't need to be a Rothschild to build a dynasty. You just need vision, discipline, consistency, and time. Most people say, "I'll do it later." The wealthy say, "Start now." Every day you delay is a day your future children lose. Every dollar you waste is a dollar that could have grown. Every excuse you make becomes a lesson they learn. But every step you take becomes a foundation they stand on. Imagine a future where your kids don't have to struggle like you did. Imagine your grandchildren being grateful that you learned what your parents didn't. Imagine a last name that means something. That's legacy. That's generational wealth. And it starts with one person making one decision. I refuse to let my family stay average. Money is temporary. Wealth is generational. If you want to honor your future family, build something now. Your children won't inherit your excuses. They'll inherit your empire. They'll inherit your discipline. They will inherit your mindset. Today you are either creating the next generation of wealth or the next generation of struggle. The difference is not luck. The difference is choice. So the real question isn't, how did the Rothschilds do it? The real question is, are you willing to do what they did? If you are, the cycle ends with you, and the empire begins with you. Be the first, not the last. Subscribe to Zero to Founder. See you soon. Thanks for watching us.